Hello, me hearties. A very good evening to you. It's just me, Scottie McClue. And we are, of course, live on the big one. This is absolutely amazing. Saturday night, 9 o'clock sharp. Nothing gets past me. And here we are just for you saying Dinky-Doo. Welcome, 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 I say. And tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 that Scottie McClue is live just for you saying Dinky-Doo. That's what it's all about. And of course, you should be there on the TikTok and you should be there on the YouTube. Steph has just joined us. Hi, Steph. Bugsy Malone has joined us. Dinky-Doo. Richard J.D. Tanner has just joined. How fantastic. An absolute top man. Who have we got? Mark Dinky-Doo. Lovely to have you with us. And Derek Dinky-Doo. Hashtag hello. Big up McClue. I say big up McClue. Big style. That's what it's all about. Dinky-Doo, everybody. Thank you, Sandy. Good evening, Scottie, says Bugsy. Good evening, Bugsy. Guys, tell us where you're watching from. Very, very important. Good evening, Scottie. Tutswahi, good evening. How lovely to have you with us. How amazing is that? And Susan as well. Susan, welcome, 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 I say. Dinky-Doo from Turfins. We love you in Torfins. Ewan, you need to go and grow up, or otherwise we'll have to lose you. This is high vibe. The practice of, what was that? Any bramble jelly today? No, not yet, but I'm going to be looking for the bramble jelly. It's not quite the season. Good afternoon across the pond in Iowa. Dinky-Doo, lovely to have you with us. Sorry, my son Archie is 8. He says sorry. Well, he doesn't need to say sorry, I tell you. Richard, thank you for your beautiful gifts. Guys, we never ask for anything, but there is a small goal. If anybody's flush and we could take a red rose. Say good night to Aria, please. Aria, a very good night to you. And Dinky-Doo, I say to you, Susan's joined us as well. Hello, says Katrina, or Katrina. What a lovely, lovely name, spelt with a K. Greg and Brian have joined us. Tell us where you're watching from, guys. Very, very, very important. So there you are. Now then, who else have we got here? We've got Yanni and Davy. Good evening, Scottie, says Janine. Now, guys, think very carefully about your posts. Anything dodgy, anything untoward, lifetime ban immediately. You'll never be back on. Good evening from Maidstone in Kent. What's the coat of arms behind you? I'm watching from the BBC in Scotland. You actually said my name correctly, Lol. Not often I hear that. Katrina. Katrina. I see you on my FYP every weekend. Othello. That is wonderful. Dinky-Doo, are you from Germany? Nicht Deutsch sprechen. Ich bin ein Ausländer, nicht verstehen. I tell you for a while, Dinky-Doo, Kirsty, absolutely. Oh, Mohammed, what a lovely thing to say, Dinky-Doo. Greg has sent me a red rose. Guys, there's a little goal there. If you're feeling flush, I'll take a red rose off you. We're only up until 10 o'clock tonight. Then we have to vamoose. John says, Mr. McClue, just came across you yesterday. I'm in the United States military. Yes, what country are you in? We're in Scotland. Yes, absolutely, Scotland. Thank you for being in the United States military and for everything you are doing for the world right now. Rick says, are you a Mason? No, I'm a McClue. But I had a friend who was a Mason. He was called James. There we are. What are you up to tomorrow, Scottie? Oh, Sandy, busy, 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 busy. I am so maxed at the moment. It's a bit of a push to do the Saturday nights between 9 and 10. I can't believe it. Absolutely incredible. Lee's joined us as well. Lovely to have you with us. Guys, never miss Scottie McClue Live. Everybody watching, share, share, share. Watch all the videos. This is big. Big, 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 I tell you. There we are. Gary, how are you, Dinky-Doo? Some guy has just joined us. Great handle. Some guy. I tell you, wonderful stuff. And lots of you watching here on the YouTube as well. Hi, Scottie, Dinky-Doo, best wishes from Steve and Beryl in St. Helens. The night owls are in St. Helens, sending best wishes. Now, guys, I don't want to go into detail, but there was a terrible, terrible fire in Scotland last week at the Central Station in Glasgow. And somebody was saying that it started in a vape shop, they think. Yes, so allegedly, it started in a vape shop. Now, I'm thinking, should we have a world ban on the whole concept of vaping, right? I can't see the point of it. I've looked into it, and I can't see the point of it at all. And I think maybe it's time just for everybody to say, do you know what? End of vaping. So there we have it. I say to you, hello, says investing. Dinky-Doo investing. Lovely to have you with us. My neighbour has Scottish heritage. His name is similar to yours, McClue. Ah, yes, McClue, big Scottish name. Good day, Scottie. Good day, Cole. So there it's a bra brechmun lech nech the necht. Very good, Peter. Yes, I can tell you, Dinky-Doo, Scottie McClue. Hearts are getting beat. Everybody's heart beats, I tell you. There we are. They're both winning the league. I repeat, they're not winning the league. So there we have it. Dinky-Doo says, Drew, mine is famous too in Scotland. Isn't that wonderful? I love it. Hello, Scottie from Otterburn. Ranges here in the borders. Do you know I used to go through Otterburn every Monday? I travelled from East Lothian to Sheffield. So there, do you like Rangers or Celtic? I love Rangers and Celtic. I tell you, float eye, absolutely. Brian says, how dare you? Well, we have to dare, Brian. Otherwise, where are we? I say to you. Flower of Scotland's the national anthem, says Jimmy. No, Flower of Scotland has never been the national anthem, Jimmy. Never, ever, 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 ever. If you're talking about the Scottish national anthem, then it's God Save the King. What are you doing tonight, Scottie? Dinky-Doo. I'm streaming live to the world because that's a great thing to be doing. I tell you, I will never learn that anthem. Oh, yes, you will. It's not difficult. It's only one verse. I'm sure you'll learn it and you'll be fabulous. You're live on Scottie's Phone In. Who's that? Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. I came across your live on TikTok, and I just wanted to know, what was your favorite memory as a teenager?
Favorite memory as a teenager, the Clyde steamers.
Ooh, tell us more about that.
The boats that went from Gourock to Dunoon and Glasgow to Rothsay and things like that.
Amazing.
Absolutely amazing. You sound amazing, and it's lovely to hear you, and thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
I think you do.
I just wanted to say it gives me a smile every time I see your live pop up.
Oh, thank you so much. That is very kind of you. What a top person. Opinions on the rugby? Well, what can you say? I say to you. Hello, says Investing Dinky-Doo. Bond has joined us. I tell you. Scottie, do you know who that is? No, I don't know. I love you, bin man. Well, I've got my bins. Here's my bins. Oh, that was my bins, you see. So there we are. Thank you very much. Now, who else have we got? Rise just joined us. RY. Fantastic. Guys, get following. Every single person on TikTok should follow. Every single person on YouTube should subscribe. But people are slow off the mark because there's just so much media. I tell you. Who else have we got here? Richard, thank you for liking all the lives. Jimmy says, tally ho. Tally ho, Jimmy. I tell you, good evening, Mr. McClue from Derbyshire. Much love and prayers. God bless. There's plenty of steamers floating down the Clyde now. Oh, Mr. Scratch, I tell you. There we are, guys. You've got the telephone number if you want to ring in 0141 628 9795. Grown up, sensible chat. Scottie, what's your favourite Scottish word? I like ichi and ochi. You know, if you say, what did your mother say about it? Oh, she never said ichi or ochi. There we are. Karim has joined us. Dinky-Doo Karim. How lovely to have you with us, I say to you. And Lachlan has joined us as well. Have you ever been to Shawlands, Scottie? Yes. I love Shawlands. Absolutely. Fantastic. And my uncle's wedding reception in 1947 was in the Marlborough. Ask about the Marlborough and Langside. I tell you, we love, and the Kilmarnock Road. Am I right? Am I in the right part of the world? Hello, Scottie, one and all, says Karim on the YouTube. Karim, how lovely to have you with us on the YouTube. Absolutely amazing. Guys, tell 10 to tell 10, get sharing everything. Have you ever been to Ballach, Angela? I used to go through Ballach all the time. In the old days when you went to Argyll, you actually went through Ballach. Yes, indeed, I remember it well. Who else have we got here? And also Fast Lane. You went through Fast Lane. And one of my earliest memories is of the battleship Vanguard being broken up. Dinky-Doo, my cousin Fian says, hi. Scottie, you look very young. Well, I'm a fair old age. Hello, Scottie, ex-Argyll's here. Army veterans of Scotland. We salute you, sir. Up the Argylls. Yes, indeed. Fantastic. Song per. And ne oblivicaris. That's what I say. The boar sheet to you. The boar sheet. How are you, Susan? I hope you're well, says Karim, talking to Susan. We like that, people having a conversation. Now, who else have we got here? Tell 10 to tell 10. Which university did you attend, Scottie, and in what years? Bugsy. Glasgow University. I tell you twice. So there you are, between 77 and 80, and again in 90, 91, 92, that sort of thing. I tell you. So there we are. How wonderful is that? I'm in Dunoon, says Alan. Alan, we love Dunoon. If you go to the War Memorial at the Queen's Hall, you will see Harry Lauder's son's name on it. There we are. Long time since I've heard you. Have you ever been to Cultiebraggan? Yes, the camp. Cultiebraggan was a camp, if I remember. Can I get a high, says Leila. Leila, of course you can get a high. Fantastic. Dinky-Doo. Mr. McClue, I went to Inverness for a holiday a few years ago, and I really loved it and visited the Whisky Centre in Aviemore. God bless Roy Michael. It's a beautiful part of the world. And if you're in Aviemore, you're not far from Rothiemurchas, the last resting place of Lord Reith of the BBC. Dinky-Doo, Lord Scottie of Scotland. I didn't go to university, Scottie, but I dated a lot of students. Good for you, Bugsy. I went there with the army, says Jimmy. Dinky-Doo, Jimmy. How amazing is that? That is fantastic. Who else have we got here? Orestes is here. Ha! See what I did there? I saw what you did there. I thought that was amazing. If you've just joined us, folks, you're watching Scottie McClue, the first lord of the internet, hashtag FLOTI, FLOTI, all in uppercase. And we're live on TikTok and we're live on YouTube. And it's big stuff. So there we have it. Favorite county in Scotland? All of them. I love them all. I'm big on Renfrewshire, Argyllshire, Perthshire, Murrayshire, Highland Council. Oh, yes, Stirling. So there we go. Borders, the lot, really. Just tremendous. Top counties, top counties. The legend that Scottie McClue is X14XTA. X14XTA, how lovely to have you with us. This is just amazing. How's the war impacting McClue Towers? Well, big discussion. I think the war impacts everyone. So there you have it. But hopefully it won't last too long. And I had to think how ridiculous when we hear some of our politicians and newscasters saying there's no plan for the war. They don't think Mr. Trump's got a plan. All things planned to the second. Do you eat tomato soup with a fork? Yes, I eat all soup with a fork because my wife says to me, when you've finished your soup, can we talk? Oh, I tell you, why don't you ever see Nessie at parties? She's too shy and prefers to stay undercover. A dear friend of mine was married to a lady called Nessie. I'm Welsh, but I holiday in Scotland every year, a beautiful part of the world. Well, we say to you, Yakida and Nosta, I tell you. So there we have it. Who else have we got? Fabulous. You're a wee hun. Thank you, Charlie. You're a wee hun yourself. Everybody loves Scottie McClue, and I'm very often called hun. So there you are. Have you ever been to America, Mr. McClue? Sadly, Sandy, that's a luxury I've been denied, but I've been told Scottie McClue would be massive in America. So what do you think of that? You're live at Scottish Phone In. Who's that? Top Swahila, how are you? Are you Dinky-Doo?
Oh, you've put my nose out of joint.
Oh.
And you've put my nose well out of joint.
Oh, your nose is out of joint. What's happened?
It's your ludicrous statement about banning vapes because of one possibly connected fire to a vape shop.
Possibly, allegedly. We don't know. I don't know for sure, but it's a thought.
But the thing is, what you're talking about is, even if it was the worst case scenario that it possibly might allege to be, this is talking about batteries, not vapes. Now, I've just looked it up on the internet. Now, the type of batteries that go in vaping devices, they make 5 billion of them every year.
Whoa.
These things are everywhere. Now, if they were systemically dangerous,
yes,
then I think we'd have a lot more fires than one or two. And secondly, if it's not nothing to do with vaping, it's to do with batteries, in which case we should ban mobile phone shops because they've got much higher capacity batteries and they've got hundreds of them stacked up in the storerooms of every shop.
I hear what you're saying, but it has brought vaping to the forefront, and I've had a look at it and I thought, this is people trying to make money out of other people's misfortune. In other words, they want to suck a lot of muck into their lung, like we've just banned smoking. Or, well, we haven't banned it, but it's so expensive that everybody's virtually out the market, you know.
Well, that's the second part of what I was going to correct you on, Scottie. The reason that there is, and you'll see it more and more, negative vaping stories. Now, this is not contentious. There's no hard evidence of actual health disadvantages to vaping. Certainly not compared to smoking. I mean, I know for myself, I've been vaping for 10 years. After 20 years of smoking, my lungs got better within a month of vaping.
Oh, yes. I mean, the fact you're not sucking 150 toxins in, and you're maybe sucking a few less, I don't know the exact amount of toxins in vapes, but, why would you damage your alveoli and the tiny little hairs on them so beautifully and cleverly made by nature or by God, depending on your belief? Why would you damage that by sucking some muck into your lungs? And why would you even queue up and pay for that?
Well, I know what you're saying, but I mean, there are benefits. There's a reason why Gandalf in Lord of the Rings smokes a pipe. It's because it helps with your cogitation. It helps you. It's ruminative.
There's
You can-
absolutely no evidence. You were saying there's no evidence that vaping's bad for you, but there's zero evidence that inhaling tobacco is of any help to you at all.
Well, listen, Sky, I'm vaping over this. Listen to this, and I guarantee you, I'm going to be really, really smart after this. Hang on. Oh my goodness, the prestidigitation that I suddenly feel overwhelms me.
I'm sure you could have some worry beads or something that would have the same effect.
Oh, worry beads. Don't worry me with worry beads, Scott. No, but hang on, there is one other point I was going to make about this. The reason why there are increasing negative stories about vaping is very simple. Nobody owns vaping. Nobody has patented it or copyrighted it, so anyone you can make your own vaping juice if you like. You can make your own vaping machine.
Why would you even want to, though?
Well, because it gets people off cigarettes. And the thing is, the pharmaceutical companies make literally multiple billions every year selling patches and gum that do not work. And they keep selling them, and then people go back on the cigarettes, and then they go back on the patches. But the vaping actually stopped.
This is where I think you got confused with the patches. These patches I'm talking about are 100% different to any cigarette patches.
No, I wasn't talking. No, honestly, I wasn't talking about your patches. But you get nicotine patches that people plaster themselves with.
Yes, I can't see why. If you're trying to get off nicotine, why would you take nicotine? I suppose they're trying to say it's better than inhaling the smoke.
Well, I really like it. I do.
Well, you tell yourself you like it. I mean, I can remember. I mean, I used to smoke cigarettes a long time ago. But I can remember telling myself, I said, "Oh no, I enjoy a smoke, you know. Oh yes," and then sucking all that nonsense into your lung, you know.
Well, we're going to have to agree to disagree on this, particularly because the vaping just, it makes me feel a lot better. It's relaxing in awkward circumstances.
Yeah, but you're fairly relaxed anyway. I mean, I think if we were any more relaxed, we'd just drop off to sleep, you know.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
I mean, here am I. I've worked, almost all my life with performers and broadcasters and actors, and they've all. Yeah. My own dad was a pipe smoker, and he used to say, "Well, you need something," and I thought, "No, Dad, you actually don't need anything." I mean, here am I, effectively broadcasting live now. By rights, my blood pressure should be through the roof, and I should be up to the 9s and up to the 90s and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not. I'm sitting thoroughly enjoying a chat with a top man.
But you're as we've said before, you're the ultimate safe pair of hands, Scottie. Not everyone has your gift.
Do you know, it does make me laugh, joking apart. I am a safe pair of hands and always have been.
Oh, yeah.
And these radio stations, big bosses, seriously, multimillionaires trusted me with their top product for 3 or 4 hours every night. Now, it makes me just question it seriously when you get some people going, "Oh, Scottie McClue! Oh no, I couldn't risk putting him on." And you think, but there is zero risk. He's proven it over 34 years. Zero risk. Yeah, so what are you talking about?
I can expect if somebody was put in as your nominal manager, I expect, I don't know, but I expect you might be a bit peppery if they were to suggest something that you stridently disagreed with. Am I correct?
Well, no, in actual fact, one of the heads of ITV, and he didn't have to say this, I had to phone him about something, and his PA said, "I think he's just coming in, Scottie, here he is." And I went, "Yes, hello, how are you?" And we chatted away, and he said, I don't know anybody that doesn't like you. He said, and you're such a peach to work with. And I said, sir, you don't have to say that. And he went, no, I'm just telling you. So ring here anytime. Now, that was somebody right at the top of ITV. Now, he didn't have to say that. And I thought afterwards I came off, I was really quite humbled, because I'm going, well, my God. Oh, you know, and that point of view. And it's very interesting to, you know, to hear that from somebody that really knows their stuff. That's how you're perceived. But as I say, you've got a new generation who go, well, we don't know his politics, and well, I don't think I'd like to be on the wrong side of him, and all this kind of nonsense that's not even discussed. I remember getting dismissed by a media boss who said, no, that's not something we'd be interested in. And I thought, if Scottie McClue phoned me, I would say, what time can you come in for a coffee? That's what I would actually say. I would think, whoa, I've just had a piece of talent phone me. You'll never guess who. Ach, away. And he went, aye, and he's coming in for a coffee.
And then if that's definitely, if it was in the 1970s, they didn't expect a different kind of talent, I think. But anyway, listen.
Well, I don't know that that's just true in the 1970s. I mean, it might not be so appropriate nowadays, but I think it's the same setup. Do you know what I mean? Because you look at who's doing all the broadcasting these days.
Yeah. Well, it's always been about that. Show business has always been about SEX and money. That's what it's about. The creativity is about 15th down in the line.
Well, everything's money, Tops. Everything. The war is money. The news is money. And, you know, I mean, I'm not a chartered accountant or anything, but I studied accountancy and law. I was nearly 5 years in banking with a B. And, you know, I think to myself, I can see what's going on here. We follow the money. And I can remember attending, it was night school and it was accountancy. And I'm attending the class, and a guy told me, he said that the first thing he learned when he became an accountant, somebody said, so where is that amount? And he said, well, I just assumed. And the guy broke in and he went, never assume in accounting. Never, ever assume. Right? In other words, find it, see where it is.
Well, my old private investigator gaffer, that's a thing that they were taught back at Tully Allen way back in the day. Assume makes an ass out of you and me.
Ah, brilliant. I have heard it before, but it's quite brilliant. You're absolutely right. I just assumed. And I now still don't assume. I think, well, where is this person, or where has the money gone? You know, a big saying nowadays, Tops, people go, the NHS needs more money. You say, well, hold on a minute. Where is the money that the NHS has actually going to? So it's not the money in we should be looking at, it's the money out.
Yeah. Don't. That's a whole other call we can go on.
That's a whole other call, and without no names, no pack drill. But at the end of the pandemic, 100 billion went to one company in Europe. 100 billion. Absolutely. So you would ask yourself, well, what was that for?
Perhaps a topic for another phone-in would be, which things have you noticed since pandemic restrictions have not been lifted because they suit the people working in the services that are now restricted? That would be an interesting question.
It's all interesting. As I say, you do have to just be very careful about, you know, names and labels and all that sort of stuff. But But it's absolutely fascinating, and it's all there for everyone to see. One of the great things that that Donald Trump has actually done is laid everything open to actually look at. You know, everything open to look at.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not I think the man is basically a demonic sprite sent to the world to destroy.
Well, that's certainly how he's being painted, but why?
No, but I agree with you. You know, I don't take a particularly strong view on either. But American foreign policy, at least now, is honest. Whereas you remember the little John 25 years ago over in the Middle East, entirely based on lies. At least they're honest.
Yes,
That's you can say about
that's the thing, and the people now expect to know what's going on. As a guy once said to me, and this is 20 years ago, he said, "Well, I'll be honest with you, Scottie, if you knew what was going on, you'd be very disappointed."
Disappointed because it was mundane, or because...
No, I think just disappointed because it's nothing like what we thought was going on.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm sure. It's one of my mantras. You can quote me on this. Nobody knows nothing about nobody. Now, I know that's many. That's multiple redundancies and junk, basically. But that's one of my mottos. Nobody knows nothing about nobody.
Well, I think Manuel in Faulty Towers had it right. I know nothing.
Listen, Scott, I'll let you go, and remember, first caller from the USA gets a free candle.
What a joy to hear you, and a fascinating chat. And Dinky-Doo, say, have a think about giving up the vaping with the rest of the world.
No chance.
Dinky-Doo la. Oh, great call. Always a very good call. Tops, we're here there, everybody. And some very, very good chat, I tell you. What have I got here? Oh, yes. There we are. We're just looking at the phones here. Absolutely amazing. Now, Yellow Cake at 45 minutes ready, says Mr. Scratch. Wonderful stuff. Switched over to YouTube and subscribed, says Bugsy Malone. How amazing is that? I tell you. You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
It's Jeffrey. Hello, Scottie.
Jeffrey, Dinky-Doo la. Lovely to hear you.
I don't understand how it's like going into a call centre getting through to you, Scottie. Like, we've got a waiting room and everything. What's going on there?
Well, we've got very, very high quality lines. My old provider decided to, just disappear, really. So I had to get new phone providers, and the one I've got is just excellent.
Well, the sound quality seems to be better, so all is good.
Yeah, all is good. And listen, we've come miles and miles and miles, I have to say. I mean, this is a miracle to me that we can go up and just get the phone in on the go, as per.
Yeah, that's good. So, Scottie, when are you getting back on the radio?
Well, that's what we're working on at the moment. And we're just waiting for one or two results to come in for a few radio stations, and we might...
Have you not put your CV into STV radio?
I haven't actually yet, because I need to find out what it's like and what have you. I haven't had a chance to sit down and have a really good listen. And I would never put my CV in unless I knew exactly what I was talking about. Because if you turned up for a job and somebody said, "So what did you think of the program this morning?" You think, what program this morning? It's very interesting. When you used to have interviews as a journalist, particularly for the BBC, they would say, "What was the lead story on the news this morning?" That was question one. If you couldn't answer that, what's the point? Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
Where I used to score at interviews was they said, "What do you want to ask us?" And it could be embarrassing because very often senior management don't know these things. I would say, "What's the power of your transmitters and where are they placed?" And they would say, Oh, we've got two, you know, and that sort of stuff. But that would give me an indication of what I could do for that station.
I wouldn't think Scottie McClue would have to have any interviews. The pure charisma of the man. I thought you just automatically got given the job if you applied.
Well, it's funny. What was really quite joyful, I was devastated when they brought the Scott FM thing to an inappropriate close for no reason. And I couldn't believe it. And I got home and I thought, well, what's that all about? And the phone never stopped. No mobiles. The phone never stopped. And a lot of it was the press, believe it or not, from all over the UK and the world, because McClue at that point had become a world property. Anyway, the next call picked it up and this voice goes, "What happened?" I said, "I don't know." "Right, well, I can't start you tomorrow, so it's going to be Thursday." Just amazing. So that blows you away, because you know people want it. So as soon as somebody says no to McClue, somebody else steps up to the plate. And I don't, you know, push this, but I've spent a long time having to turn down stuff because I thought, no, that's not going to do the business.
No, you know your worth, Scottie. You know your worth, sir.
And Scottie's got to do the business. Whoever has McClue has the market.
So, Scottie, what's your view on the current election coming up?
Well, I would never, ever comment on elections or anything political. As you know, I'm apolitical.
That's it. Apolitical.
That's what apolitical we have to be. And that's the magic. Because then, as I say, we can get them all on the anvil.
You know, you can't step foot in the BBC without being political.
Well, this is what you don't want to be. Well, you're supposed to, I think if I remember, a BBC presenter is not allowed to have an opinion on air. Oh, we seem to have lost him. What a shame. Not to worry. There we go. Colonel Gaddafi was no nut. No, I don't think we said he was. Backy and COPD go hand in hand. 50% of the live goal, 80% of the live goal. Guys, we never ask for anything, but follow us, and there is a live goal there if anybody wants to pop something in if you're feeling flush. So there we go. I tell you, what have we got here? Scottie, Ashton's out of order. Sandy, don't worry about Ashton. Ashton got himself a lifetime ban. How easy would it be to start smoking again? Well, why would you? Are you staying fabulous, Scottie? Yes, we are. Everything's relative, says Carbolic. Hi, Scottie, sir. You made my days go fast in HMP in the 90s on the radio. Do you know, I'll tell you, Sir Fraz, I used to get letters from all the lags in the jails up and down the country, and the amazing stuff. 1,000,000. Is that £1 million you've got there? 100,000, and then you'd need another zero to make it 1 million. I tell you, Mr. Music. There we go. Get following, guys. What's your qualification in? That's a great photo. It's in arts, music and drama. Well, drama, basically, but we do a fair bit of music. Rory says, Dinky-Doo. I love this guy. He's such a cult. Hello from Indiana. You're looking good, my man. Indiana wants me, but I can't go back there. How fantastic is this? If you've just joined us, folks, and you're wondering what on earth is going on, you're watching Scottie McClue. Hashtag FloatI, the first lord of the internet. FLOTI, all in uppercase. The world's top broadcaster and the world's most humble man. That's the important bit. The reason I do this is not for me, it's for you. You are the most important people in the world. I tell you, hi from Scotland, says Dylan. Dinky-Doo, Dylan, I say. And a very hi from Scotland to you. We like that. Now, what have I got here? Oh, my goodness me. That is just beautiful. Guys, if you're watching on the YouTube channel, then share it, subscribe, and give me a thumbs up. Very important. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Is it that way or that way? Simply the best, says Dylan. Hi from Lancashire in the UK. The Clan McCLUE, says RP. Sunny has shared it. Come on, we are the people, says Dylan. Absolutely, Dylan. Now, who have we got here as we are the people? Is that the Hoops? Is that Mon the Hoops? Can you give me a shout out? Of course, we could give you a shout out, Philip. No problem at all. Teresa's just joined us. Dinky-Doo, Teresa. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 about Scottie McCLUE. I tell you, Roving Robot has joined us as well. Amazing stuff. The Rangers, says Dylan. The Rangers. The Rangers. Fantastic. We love that. So there we are. Glasgow's finest. Sending love, Scottie, says Matthew. Dinky-Doo, Matthew, lovely to hear from you. There's Rick in Stockton. Rick, Dinky-Doo. Welcome, I say. Time for a general sup. Thoughts on the situation in Iran? Well, it has to be sorted out. A mad dog has to be caught, as they say. So it needed to be sorted out, but the Donald will make it swift and make the world a much safer place. That's, I think, the important thing to get across. There we are. And also, remember, there's always what's really going on. I tell you, there's Siki. Siki Mac has sent me beautiful gifts. Thank you, guys, for all your lovely gifts and for your following. I need another 50 followers right now. Flower of Scotland's a good tune. Simon, Flower of Scotland's a great tune, but it's not the national anthem, never was and never will be. Well, unless we all changed it. God Save the King, of course, is the Scottish national anthem. And anybody that argues with that is just, it's ignorance. Lol, says Simon, I tell you, no way. Oh, Simon, absolutely way. Yes, indeed. Simon's laughing his head off. Yes, indeed. No, Flower of Scotland was written in 1965 by the great Roy Williamson, who went to the same school as the King, slightly ahead of the King, if I remember well. 5. What age is the King? Yes, it'd be about 7 years ahead of the King. So Roy would have left school by the time the King arrived, I would think. Have you seen the France versus Scotland rugby game? Well, what can I say? I tell you, bonjour, monsieur. Hey, Scottie, Dinky-Doo. Lovely to have you with us, Dinky-Doo. Lovely to have you with us, Hunter. I tell you, hi, Scottie, says Biggie. Biggie, thank you for coming and joining us. We like these handles. Ashton is toast, by the way, guys. So don't worry about that. Anybody on here who's rude or cheeky or abusive, lifetime ban. Rangers or Celtics, says Philip. I would go and see them both play, Philip, and then just make up your mind. McClue, you're looking well. Dinky-Doo, the old alliance. The old alliance with France. And Bonnie Prince Charlie, big in France. Mary Queen of Scots, educated in France. James II, educated in France. And then, of course, Bonnie Prince Charlie died in Rome in, I think it was 1786, is that right? And he was walking about Rome. How's the whiskey? Well, I don't take the whiskey, Drew, but I believe it's very, very good. That's what I can tell you. God save Robert the Bruce. Oh, I was thinking, if we ever wanted to have a Scottish king, the Bruces would be a good line to go down. There we are. Scots were here with Wallace led. Yes, indeed. Welcome to your gory bed. Bruce and Wallace. Robert the Bruce, coronated in 1306 at Scone in Perthshire. You can't beat it. The Herald or the Times? Well, do you know, Tartan Twosome, I don't really read newspapers to the same extent now. I used to write for the newspapers. Can you tell us a joke? Yes, I can tell you a joke. I went into the doctor's and he said, yes. I said, can you help me out? He said, which way did you come in? Hips or hearts? Angela, I would go and see them both play and make up your mind. How'd you like your eggs in the morning? 2 eggs, soft boiled. There we are. I took his heart to Jerusalem. Now, is his heart... Where's his heart? Melrose Abbey. Is Bruce's heart in Melrose Abbey? I tell you, miss you, Scottie. Slay! How lovely to see you, Dinky-Doo. I was told I was slay. There we are. Now, what have we got? Dinky-Doo. Wooden heart. The wooden heart. There is a box. I wonder if it's in Mount Stuart House in Bute that contained Bruce's heart, I think. Thoughts on William Wallace? Well, he had a tough gig at the end. I mean, he was hung, drawn, quartered, beheaded, his head put up in the spike. And even then he said, look, I get it. You know, you're upset. He said to them, I get it. I get it. Renton. Simon, we love Renton. And Alexandria. Alexandria. Do you know Alexandria? And what else have we got out there? We've got Old Kilpatrick, New Kilpatrick. Hello from Meldrum. Hi, Captain. We love Meldrum. I salute you in Meldrum. The bonny lassie free Fivey. And then Old Meldrum, the Old Meldrum Sports. Ballach and Loch Lomond, Simon, beautiful. How long did you work at the radio? Professionally, 34 years. You know, and I was a bit sorry when I wasn't on the radio, but I thought to myself, I suppose I was talking to an ex-manager, said, Scottie, some people's media careers are like a year, 2 years, you know, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. You've been 34 years. Well, we've actually been 42 years this year since I went on ITV. 34 years, Jesus. No, I don't know about Jesus. Well, no, Jesus was 34, wasn't he? Was he 34 or 33? So there you are. So it's a good long time. And I actually built my first radio station when I was 9. My father helped. And 33, Jesus was 33. There we are. Follow us as soon as you can, guys. There's QWERTY. Alexander the Great was 32 or 33. Oh, I did huge things in my life when I look back when I was 24. There we are. Hello, you're a top man. Luss, Inverbeg, Tarbet, Invrugels, Ardlui, and Inveroren. Here's another one for you. Have you ever heard of Wood End House? What radio shows did you work on? 35 stations in all the major markets of the UK. So there we are. Preston, Manchester, Liverpool, Blackburn, Blackpool, Edinburgh, Glasgow, Dundee, Perth. So there you are. Michelle, we're answering you here, big star. Dinky-Doo, Scottie, big fan from Newcastle. Newcastle, the Midlands, Nottingham, London. Matthew says, hi from Blackburn. We love you in Blackburn. I tell you, Jack Walker stand in Blackburn. Did you start early tonight? No, Bryn Breed, absolutely on the button. We started on the button, 9 o'clock sharp. Hello, Chrissy, says Tups for hey, evening, people, says Chrissy. And she sends us a couple of wee kisses. Isn't that lovely? Got the blame for shorting the circuit with your phone in, Scottie? Yeah, well, we did, Nettles. 460,000 calls in a week. So there we are. Do you remember my sister, Donna? Donna Kebab. Oh, Michelle, we see what you did there. That's a big leaky bill you got. Well, I'll tell you, Nettles, the only thing is radio is not big leaky bills. I think the ITV companies, when they started the radio stations, were absolutely blown away with the fact that it was relatively cheap to switch on a radio station. Say you had quite a powerful transmitter, a kilowatt, that's like 1 bar on in the fire. A salute from Boston. We salute you in Boston. Is the Tea Party still going on? I wasn't being funny, says Michelle. We are not, Michelle. Oh, I think I have to agree with that. You weren't being funny. But there we are. But at least you tried, and we like a trier. Did you ever have a CB, good buddy? Of course I did. Yes, 1-9 for a rig check. What am I hitting you with, please, good sir? There we are. El Chabord, Dinky-Doo. Oh, huge. CB was big, and it was very big in Glasgow. There we are, CB radio. What was your handle? My handle was Big Talk. Big Talk. I tell you, Big Talk. Hello, sir. Is that photo behind of your younger self? Two of my younger self. And my Labrador Lord Reith. There he is. He's beautiful. There we go. How do you think of the Glasgow fire? Absolutely devastated by the Glasgow fire. But I popped a little video up on the Facebook page at Glasgow Essentials, and about well over 100,000 have had a look at it. You're very handsome. Do you like drama? I don't like drama. No, look, as I love the drama. I've been working in drama for 50 years. Is Scottie upset about the rugby? Let's not go there. I'm trying to hold it all together. You mustn't do that. You'll set me off. I tell you. There's the wonderful Alex Robertson, Dinky-Doo. Do you think Ireland will win? Will we be getting Molly Malone? I used to go to all the rugby games at Murrayfield. Loved it. And, in those days you stood. It wasn't seated, you stood. But you all stood together. So if you're playing Ireland, you have the Irish fans all around you. And if Ireland scored, right? I was talking to somebody the other day and I said, see, when it's Ireland at rugby, is it the north and the south? He went, yes, the one thing we agree on. And incredible stuff. I tell you, Dinky-Doo Nettles. Ireland had 2 anthems. There we are. Well, they should really just have, Molly Malone, is it? The big one. France 45, England 39, 7 minutes left. Nettles, I know. Because the rugby's having to compete with SCOTTIE McCLUE. And we'll see, they may have be down on audience. It's everyone's favourite Irishman, Dinky-Doo Riffers. I'm not actually Irish, but I'll take the compliment. There we go. I tell you. Who's on the YouTube channel? Let's see. I thought you started early because my watch stopped at 8:40. I need a new watch. Not at all. It might just need wound, Neil. Boone Breed's watch. It might need wound. I wind mine for exercise every day. Can you do a rugby tackle? I certainly can. I was tight head prop. And you tackle from the waist down. Yes, you tackle from the waist down. Our boss our PE man, used to lecture us on that. Take the legs away. Don't grab somebody around the neck or around the body. Get the legs off them. There we are. And he used to say, it was a bit extreme this, but he said, if a cockerel lost its head, it could still run round the farmyard. That was his big thing. Bit coarse nowadays. Been a great show tonight, Scottie, says Susan. Susan, it's been an outstanding show tonight, and you helped to make the show. Do you worry about the young hearts of the new generation? I worry desperately for everyone. But there's no point in worrying because, you know, we can't do anything about the way the world is. Are you excited for St. Patrick's Day? Very, very excited for St. Patrick's Day. Could we? It's coming up. I will do. I wonder if I could do this on the little honor little lady. Just 4. I've only got 4 notes on this, guys. Well, suppose 8 if you count in and out. What about that? Alive, alive, oh! A fantastic show tonight. I tell you, Neil, I don't bother with a watch. I don't need any of that stuff. You know, I've never really, I'm so unflash. That's for a leprechaun. Well, it's for the crock of gold. That's what it's for. I tell you, I'm very late. Says happy music for all. You are. We've only got about 3 or 4 minutes left. So there we go. A Muthi for a leprechaun. I tell you, Robbie's just joined us. Lovely to have you with us, Robbie, and a big dinky-doo to you. That's what I say. What do we got here? Oh, my goodness me. Guys, I need another 25 followers right now on the TikTok account. It's absurd that everyone on TikTok has still not followed Scottie McClue. There we go. I tell you, Carbolic says hearts have been whopped. Oh, no. There we go. You always get a little test on the TikTok when you're coming up to an hour. Thank you, Notre Adam. There we go. Lovely to see you, Notre Adam. I tell you. Now, who else have we got? Mike Rodio's just joined us. Craig's just joined us. Guys, tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. We need another 25 followers right now. Daddy has just joined us, and Ford has joined us as well. I'll catch up again tomorrow. Do happy music for all. I will upload this for you, and you should be able to catch up and get yourself a decent handle on it. Amazing stuff. Who else have we got on the old YouTube and TikTok? Did you all get noticed tonight? You know, I mean, a lot of people will be watching the telly, but they'll see a difference in the audience because people turn on to McClue. No, 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 the Nettles. Orensic, it says he is called Rasputin. So he used to advise the Russian royal family. I can tell you for that. Happy music for all. Has put a message up and then retracted it. Dinky-Doo, it's Tam. And Robert has joined us as well. I tell you. And there's Mr. Melville and there's Job. Now, Job had patience. Job was amazing. Guys, we're going to have to dash off. I'll sing you the goodbye song. Are we ready? Greetings, says Mr. Melville. Right, here we go. I tell you, no, Philip, yeah, we've got to go. I tell you, time is up. Right, after two. Goodbye, everybody, goodbye. Take care, everybody, as you go. Goodbye, everybody. Auf Wiedersehen. Au revoir. And a cheerio. Love you guys. Stick out your tongues and say ta-ta. Bye-bye. There we go. And for our beautiful, beautiful YouTubers, same with you, I say stick out your tongues and say ta-ta. Here we go. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.